Hey, what is up everybody, Reubin here. My name's Reubin and welcome to PuniTy. Now, PuniTy is a recreation done on the Unity engine of the oh-so-famous PT game. Now, for those of you that have never played it or never heard about the original PT game, PT was a psychological horror. You were basically trapped in an endless loop, basically this corridor. Well, one or two depending on how you look at it. But the whole point of the game was you would walk up and down this corridor, and every single time you turned around, something changed. Something minute, sometimes something big would change, and it would lead this slow progression to an absolute horror show. And it would fuck with you psychologically. I mean, it did that oh so well. If I'm not mistaken, the original producers of that were Konami, and the game was done so well, and it received a lot of praise, I think, from all over the world. So obviously we're going to have a look at this one. This is just the recreation on the Unity engine, so I obviously want to see how they did it. Straight off, obviously we're going to start, and we can see that the game is stunning. Like, I don't know, I've got this thing for clean lines and good graphics, and it has done exactly that. Now, I remember with the original PT game, you had to pay attention to quite a couple of details, to some minute changes that might happen a little bit later on. So, for example, I can see there's a whole bunch of bottles on the floor over here. The time is 23:59, so it's almost midnight. We've got a whole bunch of pictures on the wall. I don't know if I've got to take note of each one individually, if those are possibly going to change. I mean, I don't even know what the fuck these pictures actually are. Nope, no idea. Okay, so we've got some pictures over here on our side, but before we do that, I just want to have a look. Nothing's going to come up my ass and fuck my shit up. So once again, we've got some pretty generic photos over here. Looks like we've got a couple down here at the bottom. Phones off the hook. And, well, it's raining outside. Can't see shit out there, though. Now, obviously, the game does not allow for you to leave this corridor, because I mean, this corridor is what it is all about. So none of these doors are actually going to be accessible or open up at any other point. Now, it looks like we do have a message over here. What does it say? Watch out, the gap in the door, it's a separate reality. The only me is me. Are you sure the only you is you? Now, I don't think that's actually got something to do with the game. I think that is quite simply put there by the developer of this recreation. And it's basically just saying that there is a mapping issue on the game itself, a glitching issue, and you could possibly fall through the game if you try and go through that door. So we won't try that. So we've basically gone down the corridor, and it starts. Are you done? No, I'm breaking rule number 1, never look back in a horror game, but what the hell is that sound? I'm not the only one hearing that. I can hear voices. And as soon as I get to the door, it stops. Of course I can't go through it. Okay, so now that I've reached the end of this corridor, has anything changed? Time's still the same. We still got all the bottles down there. The pictures are exactly the same. I don't think any of these pictures have changed. Nope. None of those have changed as far as I know. Oh, shit. Okay, well, it's gotten dark over here suddenly. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, that's absolutely lovely. Cockroaches on the walls here. Oh, that's absolutely lovely. Okay, so it's starting nice and slow. It's introducing us to the aspect of what it is possibly going to throw at us a little bit later. Now, I don't know how long... Oh, great. I don't know how long this recreation is. I don't know if it's anywhere as close as long to the original PT, or if it is quite a bit short. Obviously, it's the first time I'm playing it. I'm trying to have a look at what exactly this has to offer. But so far, I'm not going to lie, I'm impressed. It's got that psychological aspect to it. The environment and atmosphere is done damn well. The swinging light, I just wish I could stop that fucking thing from swinging. Looks like we do have an upstairs area, but if you look carefully, we can't actually go up there. It's just for design. But this is done so well. Got some flashing lights down there at the bottom as well. Great. Okay, we'll turn around slowly but surely. Just check this door one more time, see if it doesn't possibly open up for us. Nope, it's not going to open up for us. One thing I have always said about a horror game, it needs to lead into it. It needs to progress at a slower pace than what most horror games are used to. There's nothing wrong with a good jump scare, but if it's jump scare after jump scare after jump scare, it eventually loses its effect, and eventually you just get irritated by it more than what you actually get scared by it. And one thing that is very important is leading into it. Make the first couple of scares maybe psychological, maybe subtle, maybe if you weren't looking at the exact spot when it happened, you'd miss it, and progress into that in your face fucking ass-clenching horror. That's the way a horror game is supposed to be done in my eyes. Now, if we have a look over here again, the time hasn't changed. Nothing by the looks of it in the surroundings has changed, except for obviously the lights going out and one or two lights giving out. But apart from that, nothing much. Okay, so all the lights are gone now, and once again, nothing's changed over here. Why is it red down there? Wait, why is that happening? Why is it red? I don't know if that's maybe something to do with the game or if that's actually symbolizing something. The further I go, the redder it gets. Oh well. Oh my god. Where the fuck did you come from? Holy shit. No? Oh, you're gonna disappear if I get anywhere close to you. Please tell me you're gonna disappear. You're not gonna absolutely fuck my shit up. That's where the red comes from. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. Oh, fuck, now she's gone. Okay, now all the red is gone. This is going to be horrible. Okay, lights are still off. This thing's still swinging. Oh, I want to back into this slowly. Oh! Fuck you! I thought this was a psychological horror. I didn't actually think I could die. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Wait, is that actually the end? Wait, is that actually how the game is supposed to end? Wow. Well, that was short. I was just trying to understand what the fuck happened. I mean, what? What? Okay, I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. Yes, that was done very, very well. And the recreation of the original PT game was done pretty well. It's just so short. I just wish it was a little bit longer. I wish there was a little bit more subtlety as to how things changed. I mean, we literally went from nothing to flashing lights to cockroaches on the walls to darkness to that. I mean, that woman, and then all of a sudden just dead. And I was right. This is based on PT, and it was originally published by Konami. Okay, I can honestly say that I enjoyed that. That was done really, really well. My only critic would be that it would possibly be better if it was a little bit longer, and the scares or the change in the atmosphere was a little bit more subtle. But credit where credit is due. That was done really, really well. I actually enjoyed that, and I've actually got me a little bit nostalgic at the moment. Possibly want to go back and play the original PT game. Wow. Okay, I really enjoyed that, and I hope you guys did too. If you did, let me know. Leave a like and subscribe. Obviously, I'll try and get back to all of your comments as soon as I possibly can, and I will see all of you beautiful people in my next video. But obviously, until then, cheers.